Hey everyone, Retire on Dividends here. It's that time of month where we make the estimates on all of the YieldMax funds. Okay, for those of you that are new to my channel, basically what I do is I track TSLY, I track CONY, and now I track MSTY, and I track them on a daily basis. I track how much money they make each day. So when I do the estimate on those three, I would have typically like a decent number, plus or minus whatever adjustments I'll create. But all of the others, it's really more of a guess than the other three. However, I did add something to the far right, which shows you, how much the stock price went up from the prior X date to see how much was earned, right? So because if you see a big jump in price from X date to the current date, then it's possible that they rolled their synthetic position and made a lot of money on that. It's also possible that they made some good premium income, throughout the month as well. But more than likely, the money would come from the synthetic if you see some big jumps. So let's get to it. So for TSLY, I'll show you guys real quick my sheet for TSLY, which, most of you are familiar with. This is the daily sheet. If I go to the payment tab, this shows you basically how much they made, right? So I'm showing net income. They made 20.6 million, and there's outstanding shares right now of 44,675,000. So basically they should pay 46 cents per share. That's what I'm showing they should pay. However, pre-reverse split, the last payment that they paid was 40 cents. So there's a lot of worry in for TSLY owners about the reverse split, because for most people it's their first reverse split. And when you hear reverse split, majority of the cases, it's always a negative experience, right? So they don't want this experience to be any more negative. Again, this is just my guess of what I think. So I don't think they're going to go below double what the old, payment was. So since they did a reverse split 2-to-1 or 1-for-2, I should say, I think instead of paying the 46 cents, they're going to pay 80 cents, which would be the same exact payment as last month. So I think they want to do that to show that, the reverse split doesn't affect your distribution. Whether that's right or wrong, I don't know. I mean, for real, I don't know. Again, this video is for fun. It's for fun, and that's it. So don't get mad if I'm wrong. Don't get excited if I'm right. In the end, it doesn't matter. We're just playing with numbers here. So yeah, that is my thinking as far as TSLY goes. So yeah, obviously I do all the numbers, but for this month it was for nothing, right? 46 cents they made, so that's what they should pay in reality. However, I don't think they're going to do that. I think they're going to pay 81 cents. That is my estimate for TSLY. I don't think it's going to be 80 flat. I think it's going to be 81 because that's more likely, double, because they paid 40 cents and change. So whether or not that makes sense, that's just my guess, and we'll see what happens. So that would produce a 51% yield, which is typically in line with what they're used to paying. And by the way, TSLY price from last X date, it went from $17.34 to $19. Again, this takes in, once you do a reverse split or any kind of split, the historical numbers, like the prices, will show the split, like post-split numbers. So obviously on 2.7, it was a much lower number pre-split. But, this is just showing what it would be had the reverse split, dated back to inception. So, yeah, they did gain $1.66 per share. However, you as you see in the synthetic position, they were kind of deep in the hole. All right, let's move on. I spent enough time on TSLY. OARC, I think they're going to pay 36 cents. Last month, they paid 38 cents. So that'll be a slight decrease. They did pretty decent. They gained 71 cents per share, and this would produce a 31% yield. APLY, gains per share is actually negative 51 cents, so it tells me they did not make anything on the synthetic. Last month, they paid 17 cents, and the month before that, they paid 56 cents. So this one is really, APLY is a tough one, man. I I can't get it. So it's hard for me to believe they're going to pay that low again. So I'm going to give them 23 cents, which is a 15% yield. NVIDIA, I mean, this is the dominant force of YieldMax. This is the flagship. NVIDIA is the best. It is the best investment that you could have bought from day one. Because NVIDIA, forget it. It's through the roof. If you own NVIDIA, man, you are gold. But anyway, so gains per share, 505, $5.05. I mean, NVIDIA is freaking $30. Are you kidding me? Went from $25.31 to $30. So you best believe you getting paid. You are getting paid this month. January, they paid 62 cents. February was a huge surprise, $1.53. I think we're all going to hit the $2 range. I think we're getting at $2.35. So where that number came from, I have no idea. But I think they're going to hit the $2 range. I just decided, mid to low $2, $2.35, which would be a 92% yield, which is outstanding. Don't be surprised if it's even more. Anyway, AMZY. They paid 68 cents last month. I can't talk. Gains per share, they did $1.10. That's pretty good. So I think, last month was really good payment, right? Because the prior month was 36 cents. So they paid 68. I think, and this may be a little biased because AMZY is one of my faves, but I think they're going to pay 70 cents. I think they are. I hope they are. They better. Anyway, 35% yield for that. Phoebe, oh, man, this is another good one. I mean, Facebook. Nobody really likes Facebook and all. I mean, I use it. I'm an old man. People, the young generation, I don't think they use Facebook. They use the TikTok and all that crap, right? But Facebook, man, they are just killing it. They went up $1.85 per share. Last month, they paid $1.17. The prior month, they paid 98 cents. So I don't think they could keep up with that dollar range, so I'm going to go with an 80-cent payment, which is still pretty good, and that's a 39% yield. I could be way off on that, though. I'm typically way off on Facebook, so that's no surprise. GUI paid 42 cents last month. Month prior, they paid 22 cents. They lost $1.08 per share. So I think this will be a disappointment from last month. I think they'll pay 28 cents, which is a 20% yield. Netflix, they paid $1.25 last month. Prior to that, they paid 79 cents. So they only went up $1.12 per share. So that's pretty good. I love Netflix, and I typically am biased, but I don't see the dollar. I don't see it. So I'm going to say they're going to pay 85 cents, which is a very respectable 53% yield. Because again, they're under 20, so they're at 19. CONY. Okay, let's go to CONY. I have a CONY spreadsheet, so let's reference it. So if we go to the payment tab, total net income, they made 56.1 million. Outstanding shares, they have 14.5 million. By the way, guys, declaration date I believe is Tuesday, so they do have another day to make money. So, but this estimate, I wanted to get it out this weekend. Right now, obviously, it's Sunday. Total income per share, I'm showing they made $3.88 per share. So I don't think they're going to pay out in the $3 range. Because if you look at last month, let's look at the last 2 months, right? Total income per share in, what month was that? December, right? But it's still in the same fiscal year, which means taxable year. They made $2.80 per share. They paid out $2.69. So that's an actual reserve of 10 cents. So that's really good. However, the last month they lost $3.32 per share, and they still paid $1.07. So the NAV got hit by $4.40. So I think there's going to be some NAV reserve left over on this month. So I think they're going to pay in the $2 range. Okay, I don't think they're going to pay $3.88. I don't think they're going to pay $3. They've never paid $3. I think they're going to pay $2.10. Let's look at the history. Last month they paid $1.07. The month before they paid $2.69. So I'm going to go ahead and guess $2.10, which would be 102% yield. Insane. It's hard. See, now that I'm looking at this, I mean, how can I not give NVIDIA a yield, an estimate of 100%, right? For as good as they did. So let's look at gains per share. CONY did 582, NVIDIA did 505. Okay, so, again, it's all about the synthetic makes so much money on some of these, like CONY especially. So I guess that yield's okay. All right. we'll stick with it. We're not going to change anything now. CONY, my estimate is 210. DISO. They paid 30 cents last month. They made 79 cents per share since last ex-dividend date. Month before, they paid 56. I think that was a surprise, 56 cents. So I don't think there's going to be anything drastic here. I think it'll be a small increase, and I think they'll pay 38 cents, which is a 20% yield. MSFO, again, another great fund, man. They paid 68 cents last month, and they paid 51 cents the month before. However, gains per share only 8 cents since prior X date. So I'll give them 60 cents, which is a 31% yield. Zomo, they paid 22 cents last month, and before that, they paid 31 cents. So with a 68-cent gain per share, we're not looking at much here. I think they'll be above last month. I think they'll pay 25 cents, which is a 16% yield. JPMO, big bank. Gotta love big banks, not. All right, February payment, they paid 23 cents. January payment, they paid 24 cents. So it's going to be, I think a little surprised because gains per share, they had 92 cents. I think they'll pay 29 cents, which is a 16% yield. Again, not a great yield, but it's an increase from the prior month. AMDY paid $1.67 last month, right? Pretty damn good. The month before that, they paid $1.41. Gains per share, 271. So they did really good. So I still think they're going to pay over $1. However, I think it's going to be a little lower than last month, and I think they're going to pay $1.38. I have a feeling I could be way off on this one. These type of ETFs are the ones that these are really hard to guess. But anyway, that would be a 70% yield. PYPY, yes, it's called PYPY. PYPY paid 65 cents last month. Month before, they paid 56 cents. I think, they lost 6 cents per share. So I'm guessing they made no money on the synthetic. So hopefully they made money on the weekly calls. And if so, I'm guessing 58 cents estimate, which is a 37% yield. Okay, SQY. SQY is always unpredictable. But what did they pay? They paid 38 cents last month. What a letdown. And then $1.61 the month before. I think, I guess, 282 gains per share. I think, I went to the 30-day IV on this one. Oh, of course, it's not working. Great. But I know it's high. So that's part of the consideration when I make these estimates. So I think they're going to pay $1.75, which is an 88% yield. That's probably a little high. Again, I'm not going to make any changes. But I'm thinking it's going to be more in line. Again, there was a month they paid $2.14 because this is a very volatile stock. So with a 282 gain per share, I'm going to say $1.75, which is an 88% yield. MSTY. That fluke month of January, 265. Man, February paid 59 cents. Everyone was crying the blues. But guess what? Gains per share, 3 cents. You're going to continue to cry the blues. I think they're only going to pay 65 cents with a 38% yield. AIYY. 40 cents. They paid last month, 40 cents. Month prior, $1.34. Where are we at here? What are they going to pay? Another very, very volatile stock. And with the gains of 203 per share over the month, I'm going to say $1.35, which is a very respectable 85% yield. Very respectable. Okay, so what's next? MSTY. Let's go to the MSTY spreadsheet. Again, my estimate on this is 0 because I don't think they're going to pay. However, I'm going to make a prediction just in case. Net income, they made $497,000 and outstanding shares 300,000. So they made $1.66 per share. Okay, $1.66 total net income per share. Unbelievable. This fund is doing absolutely amazing. So my estimate is they'll preserve some of that NAV and they'll pay $1.55. Again, I don't think they're going to pay anything, but if they do, that is my guess, and that would produce a 70% yield. The yield would be higher if the stock didn't go up so much, but again, gains per share 536. They literally just came out, and the gains per share 536. So yeah, those are my estimates. That's it. nothing new and exciting. I know typically, I like to mention, because again, X date's coming up, right? And payment date's coming up. I like to tell you guys which of the underlyings are closest to the low, right? So if you look at TSLY, their underlying is closer to the low. It's 34% away from the low. Not so much for OARC, APLY, NVIDIA, AMZY, PHOEBE, GUI, NEFLY. So many of these are at the high, except, okay, Zomo still at the low. Not as much, 40% from the low. What else we got? PYPY still by the low, 35%. And MSTY still by the low by 32%. So, yeah, not too many discounts. But, yeah, I think TSLY is a really, really good buy right now, based on where the stock price is for Tesla. You just hope you capture a little more of the gains. Obviously they play their calls tight, not only on Tesla but all of these funds. But you hope you can capture a lot of the upside. When these underlying stocks do recover. So again, yeah, those are my estimates. As always, guys, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. This video is for fun and entertainment. So if you had fun, if you're entertained, you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button. It always helps. And again, these estimates, it's like a guesstimate, right? I'm just guessing based on the data that I have, which is limited, right? More limited on some than others. This is what I think. Obviously, I'm not going to get most of these right, which is okay, right? They pay what they want to pay. It doesn't matter if I have the actual numbers too. They're going to pay what they want to pay. So this is just the best guess estimate. Have fun with it, play around with it. Let me know if I'm wrong on any of these. Which one and what is the estimate that you think that they would pay? Let's have fun with it. And if there's any other YouTubers, by the way, who do estimates, feel free to share your video on my Discord. Come on in. Any YouTuber can share your video. Join my Discord. Introduce yourself. Go to the shared videos channel and feel free to post all of your videos as you generate them. We have a community of like-minded people, right? And if you're posting stuff similar to me, obviously they're probably going to want to watch your stuff too. So feel free, if you're doing estimates like this, people do enjoy it. So you can share it in my Discord. And that goes for, any of the dividend investing YouTubes. If you guys have a YouTube, feel free to join my Discord and share your channel. It's all good. We're on the same team. We're not in competition. We're all just trying to make it, right? Trying to make money on dividends, trying to make money on YouTube, some of us. If not, so be it. We're just having fun, trying to educate, the community with real advice, right? We're not sellouts. We're not salesmen here. We're just trying to teach people what we know, and that's it. But anyway, let me go. I'm going to enjoy the rest of this day. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your weekend. And again, let me know what you think about the estimates, if I'm way off or not. But either way, this is it. This is all I got. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and I'll talk to you later.